Hi, my name is Dennis Alcorn. I'm a resident here at Concho Valley Turning Point. I came here about 7 years ago, actually about 8 now. I had a real bad addiction with methamphetamine and marijuana. A lot of people say marijuana is not addicting, but it can be. Um, I came here to change my life and get closer to God. I wanted God to lead my life. I didn't want to lead it anymore. And I didn't want anybody else to lead it. And I sure as heck didn't want the methamphetamine to lead my life. I wanted a better future for me, my family, my friends, and everybody in my life. In my addiction, whenever I was hardcore into it, I lost everything I had. I lost my family, my friends, my home, my car, everything. And it threw my life into a spiral of shame. I was ashamed of myself, and I was ashamed for my family because of the way my life was. Family, my addiction and my family, uh, is rough. It really is. I had a cousin die back in '96 due to heroin, and it affected me. But it affected my sister more than me, and she stayed clean. But I was led into it by friends, and those friends just really weren't my friends, and I needed to change my life. So I asked a member of the church that I was going to, in fact, his name is Del Mathis, and I asked him what I should do. And he said that to turn my life around, one, I needed to get help mentally. Two, I needed to get help with my addiction. And three, I needed to fix my life in a way that only God could. So I didn't know about Concho Valley Turning Point until he told me about Concho Valley Turning Point. He told me about Maria. He told me about what they do here. And I decided right then and there that I wanted to get the help that I needed. So I asked my mom, I said, Mom, I'm really in desperate need of help. And she didn't know about my addiction, and neither did my dad. And, you know, I have a lot of guilt, but that guilt is going away slowly. Um, I did some things while I was living with them that I shouldn't have been doing. Um, I hurt them desperately. And so I was thinking to myself, what can I do to fix my life? So I went and checked into a hospital to help me mentally because I have a lot of mental problems due to addiction. And addiction, let me tell you, addiction can be hard, very, very hard on the brain. And pretty much what methamphetamine did to my brain was rewire it. And I'm not, I'm in need of counseling and medications and stuff to help me get through the mental part of the addiction that hurt me. Um, I, came here. I am closer to God. My relationship with God has totally changed. Um, I'm so much closer to Him than I've ever been. I go to Bible studies here. I go to a Christian based NA meeting on Tuesdays that I absolutely love. Travis Gray is great. I've been able to count on him numerous of times um, for help, and he is relatable because he has a history himself, and he is so good to talk to, and Maria is so good to talk to, and all the office staff here, Amanda and Natalie, I mean, they're all great. I mean, they're so helpful when you're dealing with crisis or anything. They know how to, how to talk to people, and it's great, and I've totally changed my life around. You know, I, you know, I'm working now. I got a job at the San Angelo State facility. Um, and I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I do if I was still on my addiction. I wouldn't have work. I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have anything that I had in my life. And, the things that I have now, I have a great job, working for the state. I've been there a little over a month now. Um, and, I've done these little jobs here and there, but this actually feels like a match, and this is something that I can do and retire, and, working at the state, you got to stay clean, and you got to keep your life in order so you can help the clients that are facilitated there, because a lot of them, they have, issues as well. And it's hard to help somebody with issues if you have a lot of issues yourself. You got to leave everything at the gate. I mean, pretty much. I mean, so my family and friends have helped. God has helped. Maria has helped. All the Alpha staff have helped. I have great friends here. You know, Great friends. And I can call on them when I need something or whenever I'm dealing with something. And life is hard, but if you have God steering the wheel, it makes things so much easier. And I just, I'm happy now. And that's something that I hadn't been for a very long time. That's why I got into addiction, is because I wasn't happy. I was trying to self-medicate. I was trying to, do things that you shouldn't do, if you have issues. I got suicidal whenever I was in my addiction. I tried to kill myself twice while I was in my addiction, and my mom and dad never knew that, until I told them, hey, this is what's going on in my life, and desperately need change, and so we were just trying to figure out what I can do to do what I needed to do, and losing everything I had was a wake up call, a desperate wake up call, so to speak. I have a car now. I have friends. I have family. I have a close relationship with Joseph and Jasmine, which are my paternal kids. My mom and dad adopted them when they were just babies, and because back then my ex-wife, she had some issues, with addiction and other issues, and it was just in the best interest of the kiddos, for my mom and dad to raise and take care of them. So they did, and they've always been there. That's the thing. They have always been there. They have never let go of the relationship that I have with them. There's been close calls, but they've always been there. We go out to eat every once in a while. I go and visit them at least once a month, if not twice, and, stay a few nights. And I'm trying to build that relationship for the better. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was, still on drugs, and I just, I'm like I said, I'm happy, that I have that relationship. I'm happy that I got real friends. The friends here at Turning Point, I consider my family as well. You know, um, I've gotten close to just about everybody here, and that's the thing about this place. If you really want to change, if you're really wanting to go that extra mile to, build your relationship with God, this is the place. You will, it will change you if you want to be changed. It really will. But, if you don't want that, don't, you know, if you're not ready, you're not ready. But if you are, get in touch with people. Call Concho Valley Turning Point, ask Maria, hey, I need help, but I don't know how to go about it. And she will help you. She is very, very great. She is a powerful woman, and she's strong. She has connections. And, anybody here you could talk to, and they'll get you the help that you need to get. They opened up a women's facility here recently, to help women. They've only had the guys facility, in the past, but now they've have opened up a women's facility. So, women can get the help that they need as well, and get that religion and God in their lives as well, because change, I don't think change is really possible unless you have that relationship with God, because it's Him that changes your life. There's things about God that I didn't know. There's things about Jesus Christ that I didn't know until I came here. And I'm glad I have that relationship now. So if you want change, if you want to turn your life around, get help. I highly, highly recommend it. All right, thank you.